Welcome, beautiful souls and beautiful humans, to this new moon in Virgo energy update, oracle card reading and channeling from my beautiful StarPeace collective guides. Ultimately, if you're new to me, I am RozyGlow. I'm here as a spiritual advisor to the leaders of the leaders and those of us who are here to co-create the new earth paradigm, who are the StarSeeds, the Lightworkers, the Empaths, those who are on the awakening human path. You may well identify as being heart-led, as a human, and that's great. That's the starting point. Now what we want to do is we want to anchor your soul frequency into your physical reality so that you're truly being led by your highest self, your eternal self, not your false identity. Now, if you like the sound of that, thank you so much for the love, the like. Thank you for the subscribing. Thank you for all the ways that you participate in energizing this creation, the new earth paradigm. Now, I'm really excited because, I've had some time off. There's been a lot of different shifts that have been going on. I've had to really trust the guidance that I've been receiving since 2020. And, we're now nearly 3 years into when I received the first message that the light had won in our universe and that I was here to seed StarPeace. It took me a while to accept the mission, if you like. And I'd completed another level of my mission, which was my personal mission in terms of receiving my sacred union partner, moving to a beautiful home, like feeling fulfilled in my personal life. That was when the download came through. This is your mission, should you choose to accept it, for the collective, and it was StarPeace. So I was intending to go live in the StarPeace group, but it looks like I've gone live in my main page, which is all well and good. So I will send this over to StarPeace as soon as I can. And if you're catching the replay on YouTube, hello. Thank you again for participating. Please comment. I really want to know how you receive the information that I'm sharing. Now, the new moon is actually tomorrow. And I always do these energy updates a little bit ahead just to prepare you for how to make the most of these energies, because we are being given a phenomenal opportunity. We've had different planets in retrograde. We've got Mercury going direct on the 15th. There's been all sorts of things going with Venus and other things as well. I'll put a link into the Forever Conscious page, the website, so you can actually read up more on this if you want to. Tadaz does a great job of letting everyone know what's going on. But essentially, I'm not here to give you an astrological report. I'm here to give you a cosmic climate report so that you can work with these energies as a change maker in this world and actually nourish yourself, as well as be really effective and impactful in what you're doing in this world. So it's definitely worth grabbing a notebook and pen if you've got any crystals that you want to energize as the light language comes through. This is prepping you now for the full moon world service and the light language transmission that I'll be offering in 2 weeks' time. It'll be Wednesday, 1 p.m. BST, same time slot, but that one will be in the Manifesting StarPeace Eutopia Facebook group. So if you haven't joined it yet, please do. This is where the architects, the builders, and the energizers of the new earth paradigm, I call Paradise Earth, come together to co-create and weave into reality our new earth paradigm. And it is all about us actually having a wonderful time creating in the physical. And if you're not sure what StarPeace is all about, please head up to starpeaceconsciousness.com, which is the website that is dedicated, one, to the manifesto, which is my vision of a new earth utopia. You can add to it by sending me comments in terms of how you would adapt it, change it, and then I change it. It's real time. We're doing it as an open source opportunity for us all to dream up a new reality. And there's also all these different ways that you can participate in shifting the collective narrative of humanity, the story we tell ourselves about what is real in this world, through the words you speak, the things you put your eyes on, what you energize through witnessing, through listening, through watching, through basically giving your attention to, because what we focus on grows. Now, the biggest take home that I have in terms of keynote for the energy of this Virgo new moon and the full moon coming up in Aries is actually clearing the wound of resentment. Now, I had a recent experience myself that actually led me to understand that I didn't know this because I wasn't identifying with it at all. I wasn't owning it, that actually there was quite a lot of resentment in my energy field. Now, why was that? Because I've been working diligently towards all sorts of things over the last few years. And it's just been taking a little bit of time for that to materialize. And it seemed as though, the term pissing in the wind. I think a lot of beautiful star beings who are here, in physical, many of you are involved in activism on some level, and it can really feel like a losing battle that you're constantly fighting, trying to put out a fire that can never be put out. Please take heart, that is not true. That is the illusion. If you knew just how much impact you are having by you showing up and going, not on my watch, this is not happening, then you would totally allow yourself, one, some time off, two, lots of rest time, lots of recuperation time, and lots of fun time. Because for those of us who are here with a mission, we feel we've got a mission, we can feel really bad about taking time off. You know, we can feel guilty. We can feel like we're taking our eyes off what we need to be putting our eyes on. And if you don't rest and reset, you are giving from an empty cup. And that, my friend, is unsustainable. So we want regenerative and sustainable change. Yeah, that's what we're here for. If you like the sound of that, hit me a like, hit me a love, let me know. And today I'm going to ask you to help me choose the I am statements that we are going to work with to activate in the full moon manifesting meditation, co-creation meditation, world service in 2 weeks' time. So yes, the main message I have for everyone here who is pioneering the new earth is this. Aside from not being able to give from an empty cup, we are required to integrate our own wounding. So I've said many times that, you know, fighting for change, fighting for a cure for cancer, fighting to end injustice is not going to work. Okay, it's paradoxical. Just hear me out. Please just notice if you get triggered with this. But essentially, we're going to stay in duality if we do that. Okay, we're going to stay in the fight between light and dark, good and evil, whatever you want to believe. And it's not true. That is not the state of a unified universe. We cannot create from a dualistic state and create oneness. So what is important is we all take the journey from solar plexus, wounded self, I am identity as our false identity into our heart center, where we're then able to download from out through our higher heart, our soul consciousness, our eternal nature, our authentic self. We're still here to affect change through our activism, but it's done in a different way. The language changes and the energy we're coming from is different. We're not coming from an unresolved, wounded space. We're coming from a place where we have integrated our own experience. We've been able to metabolize it, transmute the density into light. And we're doing this in such a way that we are not depleting ourselves. I really, really want everybody to get this, because it's very much Virgo energy to self-sacrifice, to suffer for others. Your self-sacrifice is not required. Can I have an amen, please? Your self-sacrifice is not required. We're not here in the energy of 2000 something years ago when Christ was here. Okay, we're here to lead by example, resolved, authentic, integrated, autonomous, sovereign self. That's how we do this. Okay, so the pain that brought you, whatever injustice brought you to fight for what you believe in, to stand up and be counted, to basically be a force for good in this world, to put pressure on the systems that need to shift, is there as the instigating point for you. But it's important that that wounding is resolved. Okay, so we all have wounding as star seeds that have come through in the previous generations. It won't be so in the future, which is exciting, but up till now, most of us have been born into pretty challenging early life circumstances, bloodline stories that need a lot of clearing and transmuting. And so we seek out healing, we seek out therapy, we seek out support to be able to overcome the challenges that we have. Now, my call out is to everybody to make sure that we understand the depth that is required of us healing on a soul level. Okay, now we're not looking for problems to fix. Every one of us has like a calling. Every one of us has a sense of what we're here to actually do. And it is giving yourself permission fully to be able to actually do that. That is the key. And to know who you're really here to work with. It took me a long time to own my vision of who I was really here to work with, because actually what it brought up was a whole load of, well, who do you think you are to think that it's your place to do this? Stop aiming bigger than you're meant to, dear one. You know, chop that poppy down. We're not going to go too high. Don't get too big for your boots here. And that's all old conditioning that is stopping you from moving forward. Okay, so you know what you're really here to do. The important thing though for you to do it is that your personal life, your sense of well-being internally has to be spot on. Okay, we want to be resolved in a masculine, in a feminine, in a child, in a teen, in an infant, in order to fulfill and have the most impact with our message and our purpose on this planet. If you're coming from your wounded self, you won't be very effective. You'll be trying to save others, you'll be trying to help others in such a way that's going to build, guess what? the theme of this new moon and full moon, resentment. Because you know the story, you can lead others to water. Horse to water, you can't make it drink. How many times have you literally laid something on a plate for someone and gone, here, this is going to completely change your life. And look, I've done everything I can to make it possible for you. And then they go, oh, I'm not sure really. Oh, I don't know. I'm scared of the change. Oh, I might not like it. At least I know what I'm dealing with here. Like, seriously, we have not got time for that. Okay, so the time is now. If COVID has taught us anything, it is that time is not to be wasted. You can't bank on the fact that next year is going to be the same as this year. And in fact, the sort of plans that are going on in the non-physical from the lower dimensions are not particularly pleasant. However, there are so many of us who've activated light in us that actually we're now in a place where we can totally neutralize those frequencies. And that's what we're doing. But for us to be effective, our shadow and light has to be integrated. Now, why am I saying all this? Just about to get into the readings, just bear with me with this. I'm saying this because on Friday, I'm hosting a masterclass, Friday, 7 p.m. BST. This masterclass is about working with the energy of self-doubt, which is what most starseeds are riddled with, as well as resentment. And the desire for certainty, which is a paradox when we're here as change makers, right? So how can we live our soul path, activate our soul truth and soul path in such a way that we can actually work with self-doubt and the desire for certainty and allow it to work for us in the higher frequencies? Because typically self-doubt will stop us from moving forward in anything in life in the 3D world. And the craving for certainty is what keeps us staying in the uncomfortable comfort zone, which is the familiar zone. And it's what stops us actually taking a risk. And when you do take a risk, I'll be showing my personal story with it, you know, you kind of want as much external validation as possible, and it doesn't come. So you've got to have this internal authority so strong in you that you can go through the fog knowing you are going in the right direction and knowing that everything that you've been promised is coming, right, from your higher self guidance. Like, it is a challenge, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've just been on this, walking that specific path for the last 3 years as the StarPeace thing has been coming through. If you told me what was ahead, would I have gone ahead and done it? Oh, probably would have needed a load more confidence and courage, G, so I'm not gonna lie. Right, let's get on with this. So, resentment energy, foundation of Cancer. Unprocessed resentment. I lost my mama to cancer. And so, you know, the idea that we're not even aware that it's in our energy field, just consider, like, for yourself, consider how many people around you do you find are resentful or have some kind of resentment wound. And also ask yourself, how is resentment showing up in my world? So I'm going to just give you a couple of definitions here of resentment so you can actually see how it's playing out for you. So let's just bring it forward. So resentment, bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly. His resentment at being demoted. So bitterness, indignation, irritation, displeasure, dissatisfaction, disgruntlement, discontentment, resentfulness, bad feelings, ill feelings, acrimony. How things with your relationship, how things with relationship to your own body. Hostility. Jaundice, interestingly, so this link to the liver. Antipathy, antagonism, enmity, hatred, hate, envy, jealousy, malice. All of these are basically relating to the energy of resentment. And there are a few other definitions I want to work with here. So as a grudge, a lingering ill will towards a person for a real or imagined wrong. As a jealousy, a painful awareness of another's possessions or advantages and a desire to have them too. And as in anger, the feeling of being offended or resentful after a slight or indignity. So can you really, like, pause this if you're catching the replay, consider writing down these 4 different definitions and allow your higher self to reveal to you where this is showing up in your life. Because if you allow yourself to do this, it's going to really help you to be able to actually show up and do the deep healing that is going to allow you to clear it for you. And as you do it for you, you clear it for your ancestors and you also clear it for your descendants. So it's one thing to shift your mindset, my friends. It's another thing to do manifestation work. it's another thing to do deep clearing of your emotional mental history. And by that, I mean your inherited psychological disposition, emotional disposition, your direct experiences in your formative years. We call this emotional mental detox and reprogramming in my world. And, you know, for us to be truly effective change makers and creators of new games, we are required to work with all three of these modalities in a way that's multidisciplinary, multidimensional, which means physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual. And that is the journey that is the highest self path that I train people in. And if it's something that you're interested in, please do get in touch with me once you've seen this video. Just drop me a comment, drop me a way that I can get in touch with you, and I will set up a conversation, because I'm taking on the next round of those of you who are ready end of this month and moving into October. Now, this is a year-long program. I know people are offering all sorts of amazing fixes in 2 months, 3 months. Well, if you look at all the latest research, you know that it takes between 2 months and 365 days, so 60 days and 365 days for something to really stick in terms of a new program. It takes maintenance as well as the detox and reprogramming, and that's why I work with people for a minimum of a year in respect to this. There are options to get you there, so just let me know if this is calling you. And there's a lot of hand holding. There's one-to-one, there's group, and there's also digital content that we work with. I am adamant that for those of you who are here to activate the New Earth paradigm, I'm here to serve, particularly the leaders of the leaders, the influencers, the therapists, the coaches, the healers, you know, those of you who are way showers, doing loads for others, but often neglecting yourselves. And most often you're characterized by the fact that life looks good on the surface. Got the house, got the partner, got the job, got the kids, but inside riddled with self-doubt, anxiety, insecurities, just feeling like you're not on point, not feeling connected to your soul mission, wondering if there's more to life. So this is all resentment stuff, yeah? And that's why I'm mentioning it, because this is your unique opportunity, my friends. I'm not going to lie, full transparency, the StarPeace mission is taking me in new directions. So I'm now coaching those who are going to be coaching my programs. So in the first year, you get a foundation level certification that allows you to take what you're doing into whatever profession you're working in. If you want to then join me for the second year, where I train you as a coach in what I teach, then you will be in a position to be able to teach the programs too, and to adapt them, because that is part of the deal, right? Now, what I would say to you with this in regard is it's, you know, very much by interview. It's not for everybody, and not everyone who does year one will qualify for year two. It just depends on the resonance. So, you know, heed the call, act now, fortune favors the brave. Let's get on with this lovely little reading. So my invitation for you, beautiful souls, is that I really, really want you to be able to see the potential of everything that you've set in motion. I want you to feel inspired and excited about the fact that the world is changing in ways you cannot even imagine, but like really, really good stuff. Okay, so please do let me know how this is resonating with you. And hello, Laura, lovely to have you here. Anyone else who's joining, please do let me know, and let me see what's coming through for us. So give me one sec. Here we are. How are you today? So Nishtara ia awana ya kura ia sisi ya awana ya ora ya siya ya awana ora ya ahara nasi. Beloved ones, please just get comfortable. Straighten your spine, uncross your legs, bring yourself fully into the now. Allow yourself to disconnect from everything other than this moment, for this is all that is true. There is nothing else. What was, what will be, but now is your power moment. Ishtara iya karanaya harana sasaraya chiayawanaya oraya haharaya su. Oh, we're playing with Rosie today. We're going to play with throwing all the cards around. Interesting, suffering for others, and soul tribe has just come up. So these messages are really about you knowing that if you suffer for others, if you care so much it hurts, and if you know that you're longing for soul tribe, you're so in the right place. So let's just see what's here. New moon in Virgo energy. What is it that we are here to connect with? It's going to allow us to co-create something new beyond resentment with the full moon coming up in Aries. So what is it we need to know? What are the key messages? First one. So the heart of the matter for everybody who's watching this. This card here. You might want to see the beautiful background mandalas. When you meditate with these mandalas, my goodness, do amazing things happen. This is about earth chakra and soul chakra activation. So If you were to see this a little bit more closely, you'd see this is a rainbow in this chakra, same above. Okay, now what's that all about? Well, I am a channel of divine grace, which is the soft pink flame, and also a code-keeper of the rainbow flame. Now, the rainbow flame is basically the frequency that is the StarPeace frequency for this planet. Now, it's for our universe, our galaxy, our solar system, but essentially the rainbow flame integrates everything, right? That all that is, all that was, all that ever will be. So for those of you who are here to make the most of the energies of Virgo, because this is powerful energy coming through and so many of the planets are shifting direction, there's also energy around the wounded healer, Chiron, that's coming through as we move towards the full moon. Basically, for you to be able to handle the energy, the circuitry that your body needs to up level to receive this energy. It's like getting a Reiki attunement, right? You are required to earth that energy and to open your soul chakra. So this is the perfect invite to my multidimensional yoga. If you don't know that I teach twice a week online, Tuesday mornings 10 a.m. and Thursdays 6:30 p.m. UK time. Whole host of library, like if you pay monthly, which is what we offer, you basically get the whole library of replays. So there's loads of them, right? You get to do yoga every day, twice a day, 3 times a day if you want to, and you still won't run out. So that is your invitation. If you haven't yet joined me on this adventure, I'll put the link in the text box afterwards. You want to start getting connected to your earth chakra, your soul chakra, and it's also showing the solar plexus chakra. So this is this having the support beneath you, Mother Earth, and above you, Father Sky, to be able to move from wounded to healed, wounded to integrated. So from solar plexus to heart. This is what we're doing with this energy in Virgo. Now, the block to allowing this to be possible is, so this is Cerulean 2. Now, this being is despairing, trying to find the key to the golden kingdom, which the key is just up here. There are all these orbs around this being. So here they are, can't see their gender, doesn't even matter, in a form of despair. And despair comes up a lot because despair and resentment are linked. Going, how do I get in there? I know it's so close. I know it's so close. So let me make this really simple for you. The heart is the golden temple. The heart center, as in your capacity to generate a feeling state, right, is in you. That's why when people say the answers are all inside of you, they're right. But how do you access those frigging answers if you don't know how to shift your vibration? You think it's outside. So the key is in you. And I will make a little video on TikTok about working with the energies of how and why, and how to ask your subconscious and unconscious to speak to you and help you find solutions. But essentially, with this energy, it's about the feeling vibration, accessing the feeling vibration of what you want as though it's already created. That is manifesting energy. Now, that's the block. We don't do it. We set intention. I'm going to activate my soul and earth chakras. I am now activated. And then we start to go, but why isn't it working? Why hasn't this changed? Why is all this shit happening to me? Why am I not feeling more energized? Why hasn't my partner come in? Why haven't I got more money? And we ask in such a way that we erode the intention that we're creating. It can't even manifest because we're eroding it. So it's one thing to set an intention. It's another thing to get in the frequency of receiving, which is acting as though you already have it. Okay, this is the key. And I know we talk about this theory very, very well, but you know what this actually means really is that we get it on a sort of mind level, but we don't get it at the physical and emotional level. So, you know, you might have heard these things I'm saying before, but how are you going to activate it? Well, you need to use your imagination. What does it feel like? I'm in sacred union. He's just away at the moment, or she or they are just away at the moment. I'm in a really happy, satisfying relationship. I have plenty of money. I have a constant supply of all I could ever need. I can be creative. I can access credit cards. I can access loans. It's always available to me. And I trust myself to be able to pay these things off. Right now, this isn't about being irresponsible. It's about being accountable to your promises, your words. If your words and your actions do not line up, guess what? You are not going to get what you want. You're not going to be aligned with your path. Okay, it's a misalignment. So walk your talk. That's the key. Right, third thing here. So the heart of the matter, what we're actually working with now, and I'll see what's coming through in terms of the light language in a sec. This here and now, what we are metabolizing between new moon Virgo and Aries energy is the issue of responsibility. So what happens here is we're taking too much responsibility for other people's stuff. We're not giving them the chance to take responsibility and to learn from their actions. We are weakening those by pitying them rather than seeing them well, happy, healed. So where are you taking too much responsibility and where are you not taking enough? Okay, you're responsible for your actions, your words, your promises, your intentions, your energy. You're not responsible for anyone else's. So please be aware of that, because most of us as givers, as light workers, we're really good at basically sticking our neck out for others. But we need to wind our neck in and actually focus internally. Clean your own garden up first. Clean your own office up first, right? Before you go and doing the missions for others, because you are the example. You are the prototype. You are the stem cell, okay? Your energy is then what resonates out and affects everything else. And this leads to the outcome. So when we think about resentment and how resentment is affecting us, it is because of this issue of taking the wrong responsibility. By that, I mean the responsibility that isn't ours to take. Now, most of us are crying and bleeding and hurting for the state of the planet. What if Mother Earth said to you, don't need saving, thanks, I'm all good. Yeah, there's a cleanup job. I need you to be well and happy. Don't struggle and come and help me. It's not going to help. Please don't do that. Get yourself strong. Come back when you're ready, right? So that is the kind of message that is important for us to work with. And if you're having an existential crisis, because I'm saying that to you now, you're like, what do you mean the world doesn't need saving? Who am I if I'm not here to save the world? You're here to help shift the vibration of the planet by shifting your own, okay? The resolve and the infinite potential. Oh, wow. So the resolve and the infinite potential is orange 2, and that is clearing the suppressed anger of the resentful feminine. Clearing the suppressed anger of the resentful feminine. Guess who that is? That's your mama. That's her mama, her mama, her mama, her mama, and her mama, and your dad's mama, and his dad's mama, etc., etc. Okay, because this resentment, this suppressed anger, is essentially what resentment is, and it is what is the toxic positivity. Everything's fine. No, it isn't. I don't feel fine. I'm really angry. I'm really frustrated. But I've got to put a brave face on for everyone. That is typically what we grow up in the womb, and what we grow up around in early life, when we're around the people-pleasing mum who's doing everything for everyone else but herself. And typically, the criticism comes out on us as children. Like it's a projection. We're easier to kind of criticize, condemn, control. It's not intentional, but we tend to get the brunt of it, or our dad does. The dad does. Okay, so that's the main stuff that's coming through to prepare us for the new moon. Full moon. These are the rainbow gems, which are going to soon be the free gift on my website for joining the community, RozyGlow. Now, these rainbow gems are a part of, I don't think if you're going to be able to see, oh yes, you can just about. They are a part of the course materials that we teach on the Fearless course, so you're getting a little heads up in terms of that. Let's just see, I want one for each one of these cards, and then I will bring the light language through for it. So, primary red, respect your boundaries or no one else will. Okay, so this is again activating your light body, activating your soul and earth chakras, and therefore having a boundary, knowing that anger is a justified emotion when someone is not respecting your boundaries. Guess who doesn't respect our boundaries? Our parents often don't respect our boundaries. Our institutions don't respect our boundaries. Schools don't respect our boundaries. Okay, the healthcare system often doesn't respect our boundaries. Politics certainly doesn't respect our boundaries. So there's a lot of not respecting of boundaries. So what does it actually even mean to respect your own boundaries? This is the inquiry you're being asked to go on. How can I respect my boundaries more so I do less saying yes when I mean to say no, and less saying no when I mean to say yes? That is the question for you for that particular card. Now, for the block that we have, Niraya Kuraya Saranaya Chuchuraya Kiya Haranasue Chichie Haranaya. Love up your shadow, shine your light. Okay, so that means bring light to your shadow. Okay, that means own the resentments you have. It means, yeah, don't Pollyanna it, just bring it out. Okay, yeah, I'm pissed off with this person. Yeah, I'm pissed off with that person. Yeah, this situation put my nose out of joint. Yeah, I'm really annoyed with this. It doesn't seem, what is it that's true for you? You have to identify the problem, then you can work out a solution. But all the time that you don't know what the problem is, how can you possibly create a solution? Yeah, often we look at the symptom of a problem and think that's the problem and try and address that, when actually the cause is completely different. So asking to reveal root causes will bring you into a place where you actually receive that information. Nearly there. Hello, welcome those who are joining. Do you announce yourselves, please? Okay, for the third one, this is the responsibility piece. Compassion is my passion. Okay, so can we shift responsibility to compassion? Can we have compassion for others? Can we have compassion for ourselves? And can we recognize what we're really here for ourselves to do and what is for others to do? So, in my own example, let's just look at should, the word should. If you feel like you should be doing something, that's a good sign that actually it's conditioning, not truth for you in terms of your path. If you feel you should be doing something, then that is part of your false identity. It's that, I'm responsible for the world, which you're not. You're responsible for you. So what this actually means is, in terms of compassion is my passion, it's allowing yourself to have compassion for all sorts of scenarios on this planet, for people suffering, for animals, for the environment, to bring the energy of compassion through you and to radiate it out to everything that matters to you, but to be very clear about asking to be guided by your soul consciousness, your highest self. What am I here to actively affect? What am I here to shift? Make it really clear. Take all distractions away and just give me the one thing that I'm here to do. StarPeace is my baby, right? That's what I'm here to do. I could still be primarily a pregnancy yoga teacher. I could still be a teacher trainer, a yoga teacher. I could just be working with coaching. These are all stepping stones for me. They're not the ultimate destination. So remember that. Okay. And you actually probably know already what your ultimate destination is, but you are potentially putting it off because it's scary. Think less, breathe more. That is the last card for the anger. So I'm being encouraged here to put a link to my lovely friend Ali Levine's Breathe and Be app, so that those of you who have got anger, which is most of us, you can start to bring it out and clear it. Now, that is a very important starting point. At the top of the deck here, we have birthing the new earth. And look at the bottom, peace. Okay, the new earth is peace. So if you like this particular deck of cards, you can get them from my website, the Oracle Healing Cards by the lovely Leslie Sloan. She is awesome. She's a very dear friend of mine. I adore her. The rainbow gems, as I said, are going to be available to you imminently. For those of you who are ready to do the deep training that will allow you to then take the tools that I teach you and utilize them in your profession, whatever that may be, what I have discovered is that I teach tools that are truly multidimensional tools. By that, I mean we're traversing 0 to 12D through the tools that we use. Most of what I'm seeing in the spiritual realms, the manifesting world, those who are spiritual teachers, is they're very much stuck in 4D. Okay, 4D manifesting tools, including law of attraction, that's part of the story, but it's 1/12 of the story in this particular 12D example. Okay, so this is why I mentioned to you the rainbow flame as well. Is it 7? Is it 14? How many different layers are there really? And the frequency of 12 works with me very much, as does the number 144, as does 13. So, if these are things that are speaking to you, just know that this is part of our resonance, and it will allow you to recognize me as someone you have a soul contract to work with. If I get up your nose and I wind you up, I'm probably not the right coach for you or the right mentor. But if you're like, I feel this woman's energy, I can feel the truth that's coming through her, then, you're here ready to shift from global to galactic consciousness. That's what I'll be sharing with you to do as I'm moving into universal consciousness from galactic. So, we're all on this journey. It's like the cascading champagne glasses, which look hierarchical, if you look at it from one perspective, but if you look from bird's eye view down, you'll see it's concentric circles. I'm going to leave you with one thing. Now, this is about dealing with conflict, okay? So we are all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to act and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. So this is what we're going to be working with the Aries energy, because the Aries energy is very much me, myself, and I. I'll take care of myself, screw you sort of energy on the one hand. It's also fire energy that allows us to trailblaze and create new ways forward. But particularly we're working with the Aries energy in 2 weeks' time to be able to love up, resolve the grievances we have that have ended up poisoning ourselves with resentment. So that's the invitation. Let me know how you got on with this energy update. Let me know how it's resonating with you and how it can support you. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to allow all these resentments to come up that are in your energy field and in your cellular memory, so we can clear them. So keep a journal on that. Also, you know, how can I actually allow myself to activate more my soul chakra and earth chakra, make a commitment to the yoga, for example. If you want to spend some time with me in physical, I have a retreat the 27th to the 29th of October. I'm super excited about this. It's self-care for StarSeeds in Kent, so Southeast England. And we're working with the frequency of joy, tapping into the infinite well of joy. I'll put a link to that as well in the text box, and a link to book a call with me if you would either like to discuss the retreat or the Fearless program, because ultimately I'm here now saying it's time. Come along, come along. If you're like, oh, I'll do the next retreat, there might be one, there might not. I know I'm planning one for August with the Lionsgate, but like, you know, the invitation's now. Everything that's holding you back from saying yes now, consider how long that's been in your life. You know, you'll do this when that happens, you'll do this when that happens. Well, it's going to always be something that is the carrot that moves forward. All right. So now's the invitation. The retreat's in October. There won't be another one like it. The next one will be different. So if you are feeling the call to joy, to self-care for StarSeeds, then you want to get on board and have a chat with me, and then we'll see if we're a fit, and I will book you on the course, on the retreat. The course, same method. We speak first because it's not for everyone. Need to see that we're in resonance. So I'm inviting you to all of this. Please do comment. Let me know how you found this reading, this oracle reading, the transmission in terms of the light language, and also the energy update. I wish you a beautiful day. I've only gone 10 minutes over, so it's a miracle. Sending you so much love. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time for the full moon world service and light language transmission and the co-creation meditation. This is my service to humanity. It's how you guys get to know me and get a feeling for finding out more about what to do. And in the meantime, have an amazing time being you. So much love.